We've learned the Dalton police officer who pulled over a 19-year-old Dalton college student was previously under an internal affairs investigation. Good evening. I'm Kim Chapman with you.
And I'm Joshua. Officer Leslie O'Neill was investigated 2 years prior to the stop that resulted in Jimena Arias Cristobal being turned over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. O'Neill stopped her after police initially said she turned right on red at an intersection where that is prohibited.
However, dash cam video revealed the officer pulled over the wrong vehicle by mistake. As a result, the city of Dalton says all charges against Arias Cristobal have been dropped.
Despite this, she remains in ICE custody with a bond hearing set for tomorrow. News Channel 9's Marybeth Mangrum has been looking into Officer O'Neill's record.
And she has more on what led to those internal affairs investigations. Marybeth.
As we near the immigration bond hearing for 19-year-old Dalton student Jimena Arias Cristobal, we're learning more about the officer who pulled her over at this intersection and previous disciplinary action that he's faced.
Come over here.
This dash cam video shows Officer Leslie O'Neill stopping the wrong vehicle for an illegal right turn on red.
You ever been to jail? Oh, you're going.
Officer O'Neill's internal affairs file tells us 2 years before he wrongly pulled over Arias Cristobal, he was found to be at fault for 2 crashes, and that Officer O'Neill was investigated after sharing body camera footage without the appropriate approval in July of 2023.
Turn around.
He received some disciplinary action, including a written reprimand and remedial training on evidence handling procedures. 19-year-old Jimena Arias Cristobal, whose charges from this traffic stop were dropped by Dalton PD, remains in ICE custody and could return to the city as early as Tuesday.
We can't ever guarantee anything when it comes to bonds and immigration court, but we have a positive outlook.
That's if her immigration bond is approved by a judge in her Tuesday hearing.
It's our job to try and convince the judge that not only is Jimena not a danger to society, but she's also not a flight risk.
Jose Francisco Arias Tovar was pulled over and sent to the same ICE facility for driving without a license 2 weeks before his daughter. We were there as he reunited with his family. He now tells us he's in talks with an Atlanta-based attorney to pursue a work visa.
So anytime immigration is trying to actively deport you, you can request that a judge cancel the removal and grant you permanent status in the U.S. You just have to show that you've been here for more than 10 years, you've been a person of good moral character, and you have U.S. citizen children who would suffer exceptional and extremely unusual hardship.
In Dalton, Marybeth Mangrum, News Channel 9.
After Jose Francisco Arias Tovar was released on bond, he claimed they would sometimes go without meals and have to sleep on the floor at the federal facility in Stewart County near Columbus, Georgia. We've reached out to ICE for a statement about those claims, and they told us, quote, ensuring the safety, security, and well-being of our individuals in our custody is a top priority at ICE, end quote.
Interesting. Very interesting. Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida, man. Mistakenly pulled her over after her dad had been pulled over and stopped with no license 2 weeks prior. Sent to the ICE detention facility. He was released though. Let me tell y'all, man, I don't know a whole lot about this immigration, ICE, detention, sending people back to where I don't know nothing about that. I see they got the people coming over from South Africa, and man, don't get me caught up in that. It's other things in the world that take my attention. I'm pretty sure they got the right eyes on that. You already know I don't trust nothing going on with the American government. Let me just say that. I don't get no damn. When I say FTP, I'm talking about all of them, from your favorite president down to the newest beat cop that just signed up for the training academy. But I'm gonna find it hard to believe that they accidentally pulled this girl over and that she was riding by a truck that, you know, looked similar to hers, and then the cop mistakenly thought it was her truck. Man, get your ass out of here. I would find it easier to believe that they was profiling this young lady because her dad, you know what I mean, and family, and they probably profiling a lot of these people. I'm sorry, man. I'm just on the side of people, man. And in too many cases, the American government and its minions don't act like human beings / people. Now, what I will say is, damn, shorty. I mean, y'all got it that bad that your daddy just got busted and your ass on the road. Somebody made a comment. I did a video about the dude who had police to police. And then the cop snapped on him and stuff. And it turns out the dude had a medical marijuana card, but the cop seen a marijuana or the container, and then he used that as an excuse to search the dude. And somebody in the comments said, why would you bother the police when you got weed? Now, hey man, I'll let y'all get y'all opinion and answer to that question, but I will say this right here. Why in the hell is you driving with no license 2 weeks after your daddy got busted for it? That shit just don't make no whole lot of sense to me. Once again, I don't know y'all familiar needs. Maybe you need to go back and forth. You see what I'm saying? It don't look like y'all doing too bad to me, but people can make things look better than they appear. That is I think, fair question though. Got to do a little bit better unless you absolutely need to be out there. I still think the journalists were profiling them. I guess the biggest part of the story for me is shout out to whoever. I don't know who in the hell instigated this, man, but shout out to whoever turned the police tactics on their ass. I don't think anything about this story necessarily required anybody to go look up this Johnny's past history and his disciplinary record. Besides the fact that he's a Johnny, I think we should all be running their disciplinary records on a daily basis. Somebody need to invent a tool that we can just do that by their badge number when we see them. But regardless, whoever did that is a true American hero. To find out who the hell this coward is and why he out here mistakenly pulling over the wrong vehicles. Also, it begs the question, how many times have Americans suffered from this? Because I do got another story that I might cover here. I should throw it on the back of this video, just the audio and video of it with no commentary from me, about cops getting busted in some American city for writing tickets for profit and raises and stuff. I mean, it's an actual story that's been covered by media. It's not something that we are unaware of goes on every day in our country. So again, if he mistakenly pulled over the wrong vehicle here and was very abrasive to this young lady, if you watch another video coverage of it, he said, hey man, you know what happens when you drive without license in Georgia? And I don't know, she must have said no, and he said, yep, you go to jail. And that's why in this video you can hear him say, you're going to jail today. I don't know why they cut that part of the video, body cam, out of this video, but they should have played it, because there's no reason for you to be an asshole or a jerk to citizens like that, bro. Just do your damn job. You see what I'm saying? I prefer the officers who at least act like they don't want to do it, but they do it any damn way. There's no reason for you to be no asshole. And I'm not saying I prefer pretenders over people who just keep it real, because I don't. But again, that's no reason for you to be an asshole. So maybe that's what made these people look back into your disciplinary record. But again, we need to be putting these motherfuckers on blast all the time. And if he made this air quote mistakes, how many times have these motherfuckers made these air quote mistakes and ticketed the wrong drivers? And we know unless you have money to get a lawyer and fight these charges, which will cost you more than just suffering and going and pleading guilty and paying the ticket, you're gonna be found guilty for the ticket. I'm from Georgia. Trust me, you get these little small towns, that's how they feed their local economy. Traffic citations and bullshit like that. I hope these people work this out. It's not my call to say whether they deserve to stay in this country or not, but I'm glad, if nothing else, that this incident exposed a lying-ass Tyrant Johnny. Because if you believe anything about this situation was a mistake, I'm gonna say you might be back in the blue a little bit more than you need to. Know your rights. Have your dash cam, because if she would have had one in this situation, she probably could have proved that she wasn't the one who made the illegal turn. And teach your children to know their rights, man. Encourage your loved ones too also. We're back in my home state, and if no one else isn't, I'm not surprised that it's for some bush. Y'all be good. I actually recorded this video a few days ago. Since then, I noticed that was an update. The cop involved here was forced to resign. I haven't watched the video, the update, to see why, but again, to me it just points to the fact that he was out of pocket for this, and it wasn't as coincidental or accidental as him and his friends want us to believe. I mean, resign don't mean a damn thing, we know that. He probably just went down the street. Again, I hope things work out for this family, and they need to get this Tyrant all the way out of here. Send his ass to pack bricks somewhere. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.